Hello, you're listening to the Level Up podcast with Karvey and Tat, your weekly dose of gaming, streaming, and internet culture topics. I'm Karvey, I'm a full-time streamer. You can find me on twitch.tv/Karvey.
And I'm Tat, and I'm a streamer, and you can find me on twitch.tv/Tat_2.
On today's episode, we're talking about the Lil Tay drama, the AI video game culture and where that's leading. We're talking about some new Pokemon news and reaction content drama. To start off, how have you been, Tat? How's the week been?
I've been good. I actually watched The Last of Us for the first time. When did it even come out? I think it came out like a few months ago, right?
Yeah, I heard you get very emotional.
You
it's
haven't
quite
seen
good.
it?
I haven't seen it, no.
You have to watch it.
Yeah, I'll start watching it because, I was with my friend one time, little story time. I was with my friend and we were going up to Auckland. So we were on a flight and she had downloaded an episode. And we were not even 20 minutes into the flight. I turn around to her, she's crying. I said, "What's wrong? Are you okay?" "I'm just watching The Last of Us." Oh my gosh. Just crying away on the plane.
It's so good. You need to see it. I genuinely think the hype was there and I was like, I'm actually really excited to see this like show, but I'm not like really big into like movie shows and like movies just because I'm scared. I don't like scary things. So I was really scared to watch it, but like honestly, it is worth the hype. Like I think it's one of the best shows I've ever seen. Oh. Honestly, it is that good. I thought it was just amazing. I didn't even play the games. I think I played like 1 hour of the first game and I just couldn't get into it because I'm not like I'm not a big story gamer. I like more multiplayer games. So, but the show was just absolutely phenomenal. Like it was amazing.
Wait, you finished it?
Yeah, I finished it. I watched it in like 2 days. It was crazy. So
you binge watched it?
I binge watched it. I'm telling you, it's so good. You will cry. You will just everything. All of the emotions, honestly. You would just emote, you know? But how about you? What have you been up to?
So I've just been chilling, riding the wave of the week, getting back to my, gym routine and being a healthy girl. And I've also, look, if y'all don't know me, I was a bartender for like 7 years prior to being a full-time content creator. And so I have a very strong love for bartending and I miss it a lot. So I've been looking at like just some casual flings, casual side jobs every now and then just to fill that cup of bartending, like socializing and, of course money's a bonus, but it's more so getting out of the house. It's really important to me now. And there was a new esports bar that's been in progress, like it's opening up next month. And I went to apply there because I was like, hey, like, do you need a streamer girl to come and do some bartending for you? And I met up with the manager, got the job, but unfortunately I had to decline it because the hours were like more full-time hours.
That sucks, yeah.
And I was only looking for a couple days. So that's okay. And he said that he'd keep me in his radar for the future if the hours that I asked for are like available. So that's kind of just been me at the moment, just chilling and figuring out like how to get that fix of hospo without actually going to the clubs and drinking and,
Yeah, and it's nice to kind of leave the house. I feel like as streamers and content creators, we are like based at home so much, right? So getting that like interaction and being able to leave the house and, you get to see friends and family and whatnot, but like being able to, I guess, do something different is really nice too. Like I feel it's definitely a vibe just doing something different.
And especially when you're in a small town, like I know you live in Brisbane, so there's probably a lot more streamers, but here in Christchurch, there's barely any streamers. And if there are, like they're quite introverted like me. So it's hard to go out and find like, work colleagues to go and have lunch and dinners with compared to like, your standard office job and stuff like that. So trying to get that fix in. But anyways, let's talk about Lil Tay.
Yes, it's been a saga. It's actually been pretty crazy. It's actually just been a pretty crazy week of internet news, full stop, hasn't it? Like there's just been so much that has been happening, but this has been the weirdest and strangest story that I've seen in a little while. I'm sure you can agree with me on that. Like it's a funny one. It's a funny one. So on the 10th of August, a post from the social media influencer Lil Tay. Her Instagram announced that her and her brother had died, but it was announced yesterday that they had not died and that they're still alive. So, and that a hacker took over their account basically. Yeah. So to preface, if you don't know who Lil Tay is, she's a 14-year-old social media influencer, and she blew up in 2018 for posting videos on her Instagram and YouTube flexing her money, driving sports cars and her mansions, and just flexing her money pretty much and her wealth. But it was actually uncovered that it was her brother and her mother that were behind these videos and kind of making her make this content and forced her into this role. And they were capitalizing off her fame. So it's actually got quite a dark kind of story behind it all. And then, you know, she hasn't posted online in 5 years because apparently her father actually gained custody of her and stopped her from making this content because he thought it was wrong, you know, that they were using her to make this content and make money out of her. And then since then, you know, her brother has basically said that she's being abused by her father, and he raised $17,000 on GoFundMe. Ooh. Yeah, but no news has followed. No one knows. He's just taken the money, people think. And yeah, it's a really weird, dodgy situation. And it's interesting, isn't it? Like the whole social media star as being a child, and it's a funny one.
I remember Lil Tay back in the day, and she was so popular. She would roast everybody. She was just this little shit, basically. Just rich parents. And I actually had heard a story that they did a video flexing on one of these big mansions, but I believe it was alleged that her mother was a real estate agent, and they had gone to one of the real estate mansions and pretended like it was her house, and the mum got in trouble for it. So
she actually got fired.
Yeah,
oh damn. She lost her job from it, you know, because the real estate like place that she was working for was like, we don't align with this, you know, so, which is fair enough. But I find it funny that you say back in the day when it was only 5 years ago.
Back in my day.
Back in my day, the internet 5 years ago is prehistoric.
No, it is.
It
it's
literally
so
is,
fast.
isn't it? It's insane. But yeah, it's a really weird story, I think. And she posted on her, you know, story the other day on Instagram saying, I'm not dead. Like, hi. I was just like this. I was following this story and I'm like, this is just so odd. Like the whole thing. And people think it might be a bit of a comeback for them. So, you know, they're trying to get that attention.
And you know what? Like, at first when I heard that she had passed, I was like, I would not be surprised if this was just a clout thing and they're faking their death. That's how they rolled back in the day. Sorry, 5 years ago. That's how they rolled. Like they were just anything for clout, anything for views. So I really wasn't surprised. I'm glad to hear that she's okay, and her brother. That's really good. Yeah. I
think the alarm bells kind of went off for everyone when the dad wouldn't comment. Because a lot of news reporters were like, you know, and media was like, can you know, are they dead? And he wouldn't comment on it. So I think everyone was kind of like, I think this is not real. So that's a wild story, that one. It's pretty insane. But I just think it's a bit gross, like parents making money from their children and forcing this stuff onto them, like especially if they don't want to do it. I think that can be, you know, a really sad thing of internet stuff. Yeah. But yeah, it's a bizarre story for sure. Yeah. It was a whirlwind. Me and Karvey were following it the whole time, and it was just, you know, crazy. But speaking of drama, have you heard of all the reaction stuff? Take it away.
The reaction content drama. So lately, a lot of content creators have been under fire for reaction content. So basically what it is reaction content is it's common among a lot of creators, of YouTubers. Everywhere you see somebody's reacting to someone else's comment. So there's been a couple of big YouTubers and streamers that have been ripping off other people's content and videos. They've been like cropping the video so you can't see the original users' names, and they can't get the credit for it. And they're not providing any substantial commentary and information for the viewer. So prime examples of people that are under fire this week is XQC and Sssniperwolf. So XQC is one of the biggest English Twitch streamers in the world, and Sniperwolf is a huge YouTuber, and she started off back in the day on Black Ops. Now all she does is reaction videos every single day. So just to start with XQC, this week he's been in quite a lot of hot water because he had hopped on a podcast. I think it's called the H3 podcast. And one of the hosts of H3, his name's Ethan, he had got him on to have a chat about a situation that had happened. So XQC, he reacts to a lot of content, and he does give some information and some reaction, but a lot of the times he'll sometimes just leave the room and, go make food for half an hour while he leaves these videos on, and then he'll upload that to YouTube and get triple the views that, some poor bloke has been spending 3 months on a YouTube video trying to make, and he'll get like 20,000 views compared to XQC. He'll upload a simple reaction and get like millions, and it can be quite hard for the original creator, I could imagine, especially when they don't get the credit given. But
I looked into this.
Yeah.
It's really interesting because I was like, how do people actually do reaction like content legally, right?
Yeah.
And it's interesting because you have to make transformative, that's the word that is used in the legal terms, transformative content. So it needs to be like, they need to add value basically to the content, and they can't just do that. Like they can't just like leave the room and not have any commentary and little to no commentary, which is what XQC and Sniperwolf are doing. So, you need to be able to add that extra value for the viewer. Otherwise you're literally just stealing the content.
Yeah.
It's really interesting, all the legal side of it. Hey.
Yes. So like they have actual guidelines and stuff to say, because it's not fair. It's absolutely not fair. And I think YouTube knows that. It's quite interesting with the Sniperwolf situation. I'll get more into that. But they love to push out Sniperwolf, even though she breaks a lot of the rules of commentary, like the guidelines. But just to talk about the Sniperwolf issue at the moment, if you guys haven't seen it, she's one of the biggest and most consistent YouTubers, very OG from back in the day. She used to make Call of Duty videos and IRL content, and then she basically just gave up and just uploads herself reacting to other people's content with extremely repetitive but safe content, like guidelines. So meaning along YouTube guidelines for reaction commentary roles. There's a YouTuber called Jack Films. He's a popular dude in America, and he has been really going in on her, uploading multiple videos on his channel as to why this isn't okay. And it's quite interesting because I never really thought it was a big issue until I started to watch his videos. He really was like, you don't understand. People spend hours and lots of brain farting to try and come up with videos just for bigger creators to steal it. And now I kind of understand. And like, he's even started a Sniper bingo because he's that confident he knows exactly how her reactions, her editing, and her commentary goes, because it's just so like, it's like robotic at this point. And I used to love Sniperwolf. I think she was amazing back in the day. And I kind of, I get disheartened to see her just move to reaction content because it's the easiest thing and quickest money grab. It's just dumb. Like,
totally. And the fact that she does crop out creators, profile pictures and their names as well, like literally doing it on purpose, not to give credit to those creators. That is a really scummy thing to do. For anyone to do that, it's just yuck. And it is a really yucky situation because, XQC does it as well. He came under fire on the H3 podcast. Ethan was like, you a lot of the time crop, creators' names out of the videos, and you don't give them credit in the the YouTube description. That's another one that a lot of people are saying, can you give credit to these original videos in the description? None of them do it. It's not okay. Like it is a really interesting topic, and I'm kind of glad that people are talking about it because it's, this thing happens a lot too in like the creative industries. Like you see it, people ripping off other artists and whatnot. So it's interesting that it's coming, a lot of streamers and content creators are coming under fire now. And I think it needs to be talked about. Hey, it's definitely something that's important.
I do like, I like to see people's reaction videos to like TikToks or to YouTube videos, but the only ones that I actually care about are ones that have substantial like information or opinions, not just like watching a funny TikTok and being like, oh my god, that was crazy, and then let's like I just can't be bothered watching that.
And that's such a good point, right? Because it's like, and this is when the transformative, you know, part of it comes into, like it needs to be transformative content. Like they need to actually add value. And then I looked at Sniperwolf's like videos the other day, and it's literally her, literally what you just did. Oh my God, that's crazy. It's like, you're not adding anything to this video and this reaction content. Yeah. It's crazy.
Like how she gets away with it a lot is she'll do something called like she'll summarize the video. So say you're watching a cat. This one had just happened this week. She reacted to a cat, a little kitten that had fallen into their bowl of milk, and then the kitten popped back up and had milk all over their face. And basically what she does, anyone, a 5-year-old could realize what's happening. The cat fell in the bowl of milk, but what she'll do to get away with, you know, not just going, oh my God, is she'll go, oh my God, it's a cat in the milk. Oh my God, the cat has got milk on the face. Like summarize the video so that she can get away with it, because that's informative enough for YouTube. It's crazy.
It's so silly, hey? And it's just crazy that these bigger creators are ripping off these smaller creators. It's horrible. It's you know, they were once small, and for them to be doing that now, it's like getting to the top and then like forgetting their kind of morals and values. It's a sad thing, to be honest. Yeah, it's an interesting one. Yeah. For sure.
Like, to end this topic on a positive note, I do love the reaction TikToks of, say, there's lots of YouTube videos out there of popular creators, but what they'll do is they'll show their favorite TikToks that they've had, and most of the time it'll be like a screen recording, so you can see the username, you can see who's made it, and they don't hide it. Like Sweet Tales is a great example. Jenna Marbles is a beautiful example. You know, reactors like that, I think, definitely have the best impact, like the best positive impact to all the other poo-poo reaction content creators out there.
I agree completely. And reaction content is fun to watch. Yeah. There's so much that, you know, you can add so much value to reaction content, and that's when you can see really cool content from reaction content, you know? Yeah. So totally.
Right, so let's stop talking about internet culture and get into the gaming. Get to the gaming side.
Wow. Pokemon Go. I don't know if you saw this, but Pokemon Go trainer, accidentally hatched a half-decade-old mystery egg. So basically, people can receive eggs in Pokemon Go, you know, the game that came out.
Yep.
When did that come out? It came out ages ago, prehistoric times. They can basically receive eggs to incubate and hatch in the game. And sometimes they can have really rare Pokemon in them.
Yep.
And this Pokemon player posted on a subreddit recently that they accidentally incubated their 2016 egg. I think it came out in 2015, the game, or something like that. Like it was ages ago. And it was a careless mistake, they said, and they accidentally incubated this Pokemon egg. And they wanted to keep it for as long as they could, you know, because it was like a really old egg. It's like a bit of a flex, being like, hey, look at this, you know, I've had it, you know, since 2016. It's going to
be so good when I hatch it. But wasn't it like a common, or was it just a normal?
Yeah, it was a tentacle.
Tentacle?
So, yeah, you know the tentacle?
And that's a common Pokemon.
Very common.
Poor
so
thing.
I know it would have been cool if it was like a rare egg. So I think that's why they probably were wanting to just hang on to it, just in case it was like a pretty common Pokemon like that. So they wanted to hang on to it and just have that kind of flex, you know, in their inventory and be like, yeah, this is what I have.
Yeah.
But that would suck, right? Have you ever done something in a game before like that? Like where you've just done something and it's like, oh my God, that was an accident.
Yes. Uncle, I'm so sorry, Uncle. I accidentally deleted his game file in Assassin's Creed back in the day when we used to live in a family house, and it was on Xbox 360, and it was I think he was almost finished with the game, and I deleted the file, but it was an accident.
Yeah, it was an accident. Exactly. Look, accidents happen. One time when I can't even remember, I had a Nintendo DS. Do you remember Nintendogs?
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Wait
Poor
for
memory.
this one. Yeah.
What did you
good.
do?
I didn't do it, but I gave my Nintendo DS to a family friend to play for a little bit.
Never do that.
Never do it. Not with the Nintendogs. I had a Nintendog on there called Sam. It's named after my like family pet, and it was like a little husky, I think, or something in Nintendogs. And I got my Nintendo DS back after I think it was like a couple days. I kind of gave it to her, and it was gone.
Oh.
It was wiped.
Oh.
The game got wiped.
Oh no.
And the bond that I had with that dog, that was my first Nintendog. Yeah, safe to say I cried for a little while after that.
Well, next time you get a tattoo.
7-year-old me or whatever.
You get Sam as your next tattoo.
I'm going to do that to honor Sam.
Do
my
it.
God, it was actually heartbreaking, Karvey. I just remember I was so upset, hey. Good old Nintendogs. That was such a good game. Oh my God. I just love Nintendo games. I love Pokemon. Pokemon's so great.
Well, did you ever play... you didn't have a Nintendo 64, did you?
I don't think I did. I had my next door neighbor had like a GameCube.
Yeah.
I used to go and play the GameCube, and I had like a family friend that lived next to like my nana that like I think they had a Nintendo 64 and they played like Legend of Zelda on that.
Oh,
and I was like obsessed with watching that. But I never actually owned, I think the first like Nintendo console or like device that I owned was the Nintendo DS, and that was so exciting. Like, you know, the big fat chunky silver one? Yeah, that was my first like Nintendo console. So,
well, on Nintendo 64, it's also on Nintendo Switch now, but it's a newer version. There was a game called Pokemon Snap.
Oh, okay.
Oh, when I tell you, that game made me very happy when I was younger. Like, that was like one of the best games I played when I was just a wee bubba. But it's basically what it is you're on this cart. It's a Pokemon game, but you're on this cart. You're a photographer student, and you need to you're going through like these maps of Pokemon habitats, and you're taking the best photos that you can. You throw them apples and they'll react, and you take a good photo, you know, and the more maps that you go through, the harder they are to capture them. And
wow.
Not like Pokeball capture, literally like photo capture, and you get scored at the end of the round. That was such a good game. And
Is that like your first Pokemon game you ever played?
That and Pokemon Stadium, both Nintendo 64 games. That was a good game as well.
Oh, wow. So you played like Pokemon games on Nintendo 64?
Yes.
Wow.
Back in my day.
Back in my day. So funny. It's so funny when we talk about gaming from literally like 10 years ago or something, and it's just how far gaming has come. It's insane to think about, isn't it? It's actually crazy. But I think my first Pokemon game was Pokemon Leaf Green. On the Game Boy Advance. Yeah, but I had it because the Nintendo DS had a Game Boy Advance slot.
Yeah.
So you could actually play. It was backwards compatible back in the day when consoles and devices were backwards compatible. You don't see that nowadays, but it was backwards compatible, and I played the Pokemon Leaf Green. Yeah, because there was a kid at my after school care, and he had a Game Boy Advance, and he played Pokemon Leaf Green, and I was obsessed. I literally just watched, and I was just like, oh my God, I need this game. And I got it, and those games are so good, right? Like the OG Pokemon games. I never played any of the Pokemon Color ones, but just mainly like the advanced ones, like Sapphire, Ruby, that kind of thing.
Pokemon, I feel like it will never die. It's such a timeless show, timeless video game. There's so many different types of video games. Like I quite like Pokemon. I wish I like got into it more. Yeah. I kind of lost it when I like grew up, because I went more into like COD style games and shooters. But wait, I forgot to ask you before. Did you ever play Pokemon Go, like Hearty?
I played when it first came out. I actually really liked the concept and the idea. And it's funny to me because it's still so big, which
it is.
It's still huge. Like, it wasn't obviously as huge as when it comes out. Like, when it came out, it was massive. Do you remember when Pokemon Go first came out and everyone had it? Like everyone.
It took over the world.
It
bro.
literally did, hey. And there were like people, like it was getting banned in countries because people were like literally walking into traffic because they had addicted to their phones because of Pokemon Go. But that game, it was pretty fun. Maybe I should download it again and play a bit of Pokemon Go.
The thing is, it also got you at the house to go for a walk and get steps and stuff as well. So I like the concept of it, and I hope that in the future there'll be more games like that that's more interactive and popular that pops off. And so, you know, it's trendy to play Pokemon Go.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah. No, I love Pokemon. I just wish it wasn't as repetitive, right? Because like they bring out a new game and to me it's kind of, I mean, you can't really do much. It's just that's what the game is. It's like, you know, it is a repetitive kind of thing. And I think I kind of stopped playing like after I don't know, like I played like Pearl and Diamond and then I played like, I think it was like Soul Silver and stuff. I think that was probably the last time I like actually played a Pokemon game. Like fully through. Do you know what I mean? Like the new ones just don't hit. Like I've got them. I've got them on my I was about to say my Wii. I don't have a Wii. A Switch. I have a Switch. But yeah, like it just doesn't hit the same anymore, hey.
Wait. I've just remembered something. Netflix at the moment, or in New Zealand, Netflix has on the top 10 movies, I think number 6 at the moment is Detective Pikachu. Did you ever watch that?
Mm-mm.
I want to watch it, but I hear it's actually pretty like low, like people expected a lot, but they did not hit the mark.
Oh, that sucks.
Like a worldwide 4 out of 10 kind of vibe.
Oh, damn.
But I want to watch it. It's Pikachu.
Just watch it.
Okay, I'm going to watch it tonight.
I like the Pokemon shows, like the original Pokemon shows.
Oh, yeah.
Freaking classic. Like I should, like the anime, like I would watch that. The cartoon. Anime? Cartoon? I don't know. But I would watch that again.
Yeah.
That was like core memories when I guess like when I was a kid, you know, coming home from school and watching that. Such a good. And I used to read the books as well. Like, did you ever read the Pokemon books?
Do I look like I read? Be so honest right now. I would fall
really
asleep.
Said that.
One page
fall
in.
asleep. You really have a bad attention span.
You know what? It's because of No, I can't even blame it because ever since I was a kid, you know what? Ever since I was a kid, I had a bad attention span.
And TikTok just like filled
Elevated.
that void, you know, and elevated it. Yeah. Oh
absolutely.
my God. Not the TikTok.
Speaking
So
of
funny.
short attention span, next topic, AI.
Oh my God.
AI video games.
Crazy.
You know what?
Absolutely insane.
I played an AI integrated video game. Okay, wait, let's backtrack. To summarize, if y'all don't know what I'm talking about, AI video games. So people have integrated AI into these games that they've built, and it's so advanced now that you can even talk to a character like with your microphone. If you have a microphone connected, you can talk to them, be like, "Hey, you big dum-dum, where is the mall?" And the NPC, the non-player character will respond to you saying, "Don't call me a dum-dum, be polite, the mall is over there." And back in the day, you could not do that. Let's have a back in the day counter. But you couldn't do that. Like you would have options, you know. You would have dialogue of them being like, "Hey, how are you? The market is over here." Without asking, or you'd go up to a character and you'd have a choice of words to say, and they would have pre-recorded lines from a voice actor or actress giving you the answer. Nowadays, you can ask them anything you want in the world, and they'll pretty much, you know, speak to you like a normal human because it's got ChatGPT and, you know, all of these things integrated. It's crazy. I watched a really popular YouTuber, his name's Moist Critical. He was playing a detective AI game. I think it's called Vaudeville. And that's AI integrated. And basically he was a detective going around to these 6 different NPC characters, all with different storylines, different agendas, and he would ask them really detailed questions of, you know, this murder topic, and they would try avoid the conversation. They would try and divert it to something else. They would be really honest. They would lie, and you would like have to pry out the lies. This is a video game. It feels like real life.
That's insane, isn't it?
It's crazy.
Wow. I saw that clip because you sent it to me, and I was like, it's actually insane where AI is going in video games. Like, we're getting to this point where we are playing games that have AI built into it, and it's like it's becoming so advanced, you know, and what we're playing. And I think it's interesting in games. I think it's an interesting concept because the way it does kind of add to that realism, you know?
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think, I don't know, I'm excited to see what kind of crazy stuff, you know, we're both heavy gamers and we love finding new games and playing new games, so it is going to be fun. I'm kind of scared though, like it's crazy how much people are taking advantage of AI integrations now.
Totally.
No, but I am excited. I think
it will add like a whole new layer though of like realism to the games that we play.
Immersive.
Very immersive, right? Because it's like you feel like you're in it. Like when I was watching that clip of him playing that game and talking to that person, like that just feels like a whole new world. Like it's actually insane, like seeing that happen. And I'm interested to see because there's been talks where Sims 5 is going to introduce AI as well. So like when you're talking to people and it's going to be like that realism into it too. So there's been talks and rumors of Sims adding AI to the game, which I think kind of would be cool.
That would be awesome.
I think it'd be fun. I think it'll add an extra layer to the game. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, no, 100%.
All right, moving on to our slay or nay section. What's today's topic?
Country music. Is it slay or is it nay?
Country road. Yeah, slay. Yeah, I love it. I love country music.
I didn't even need to ask the question. You just love it. I know.
Yeah. I hear country, I'm happy.
You love country music, don't you?
I do. I've got my little cowgirl hat that my friend made me as well. You want to see it?
Yeah.
All right.
Show me. Okay, I'm living for this hat. I'm actually living for it. It's so cute. For all the listeners, it's Karvey's name on a like black cowgirl hat with like diamantes.
Bedazzled.
It's bedazzled. I like it. It's very cute.
Thank you. I'm going to wear this for the rest of the podcast.
Do it, please. Well, I'm going to say nay just because I don't
Hold on. What?
I said nay. I don't like it. I don't like country music. I hate it. In fact, every time you sing country music on stream, I'm sorry. I close my ear holes. I can't do it. I love you.
I'm leaving.
I just... She left. Yo, I'm speaking the truth though. Country music sucks. I don't know. I can't gel with it. You know what I mean?
Are you joking?
No, I'm being for real.
Are you trolling?
No, I'm not trolling. I hate country music.
Life is a highway?
Whatever. I don't care.
Tennessee whiskey?
Nah. Sing me a song. Sing me a country music song right now.
Maybe lock them doors and turn the lights down low. But you're literally dancing to that.
No, because
she's lying.
It's you because it's you.
Whatever.
What can I say? Whatever.
We're never doing Slay on It again.
Well, that concludes today's episode. Thank you so much for listening. Make sure you're following us on TikTok, Twitter, YouTube. Our handle is @LevelUpPotty. And make sure you give us a 5-star rating on Spotify. And we'll see you in the next episode. Bye.
Bye.